Hi, this is Nicholas Bell with Ion Cinema, here to review The White Tiger, the latest film from Ramin Bahrani, which will receive a limited theatrical release January 13th, 2021, before it will be available on Netflix January 29th. 2021. Bahrani, of course, was the filmmaker championed by Ebert in the late 2000s, who named his sophomore film Chop Shop one of the best films of the decade. So there were retrospectives very early on for Bahrani with Man Pushcart and Chop Shop and Goodbye Solo. The first two of those films will be added to the Criterion Collection. He went on to do At Any Price and 99 Homes, and recently a Ray Bradbury adaptation, Fahrenheit 451 for HBO. So this is kind of his return to cinematic filmmaking. It's based on a novel by Aravind Adiga, and it plays very much like kind of a crime soap opera, but a lot better than that might suggest. It's more along the lines of an art house Indian film than Bollywood, maybe even kind of straddling the lines of both of those. It's set in India, Delhi, 2007 and 2010. The lead character Balram is played by Adarsh Gourav, and he's narrating his own story as a framed narrative he's built himself up in the world coming from a lower caste, and this is kind of his journey through that, through kind of reluctant manipulations after he's been used by the family he works for. He finagles his way into basically the landlords of his small community, and they have names known in the community as like the Stork and Mongoose. He works for the Stork's youngest son as the second driver. Ashok is the younger son, played by Rajkummar Rao, who's married to Priyanka Chopra, Pinky, and they have both arrived from New York, supposedly for a limited amount of time, although they, it's come to find they get stuck there. He finagles his way, he manipulates he blackmails the #1 driver, who's secretly a Muslim, which the family doesn't like, and rises up in the family. But when a tragedy that's a dramatic catalyst very similar to Richard Wright's Native Son, Priyanka Chopra's Pinky is drunk driving of her own free will and kills a young child, and the family decides to make Balram the scapegoat. Eventually they don't need him as the scapegoat, and that creates ripple effects where eventually dramatic things happen. It was shot by Paolo Carnera, who is an Italian cinematographer. He shot Bad Tales recently, which premiered at the Berlin Film Festival. It looks excellent. The score by Danny Bensi and Saunders Jurians, who recently scored The Devil All the Time and the Netflix series Ozark, of course. The production value is great on all of it. If anything, you'll be left wanting more, and there are really so many intersecting... There's a limited character palette, but there's so many intersecting themes going on with politics and class and gender that it begs for an explication of more of these characters' backgrounds, I think. The White Tiger, we learn, is a metaphor basically from his childhood. A teacher from the city observes Balram being a standout student in his class and says, "You're the White Tiger that comes around one in every generation. I'm going to give you a scholarship to go to school," but he can't because of his family's economic crisis. There's some great, powerful female characters that are kind of on the sidelines, like a very manipulative grandmother and a woman that's known as the Great Socialist. I think the political landscape is quite thrillingly portrayed, albeit on the sidelines. Again, you want to see more. It was executive produced by Ava Duvernay. Again, just a reminder of what a great filmmaker Bahrani is, and I don't know if there's more that could be done with this material, but it feels like it could be expanded. Overall, I would give The White Tiger 3.5 out of 5 stars. Thank you.
Hey, this is Eric from MyOnCinema.com. If you want to support us, subscribe below. For more reviews, interviews, film festival coverage from Sundance, Cannes, Toronto, you want to check out these guys on this side.